I think the first time we spoke was Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
And you've worked with some fabulous directors from Mike Leigh, and now Kate on her directorial debut. So what is it that she's brought to this story? Because it gripped her so much that she wanted to make it her own.
Well, firstly, I can qualify that you mentioned I've worked with great. I now regard her as one of the best directors I've worked with. Honestly, she was superb. I mean, obviously, she is personally invested in the story, and because her son wrote it brilliantly. I mean, how can you go, actually, this is a talent. Somebody who's written this before they were 20, with this intricacy, this intricacy and the difference in the characters and generations is an amazing. And her character, when I first worked with her when she was 20, she was a very impressive person. And I thought, goodness me, this is someone to watch. And I have watched her, and I've watched her be brilliant in everything and work with brilliant people. And she's paid attention, I tell you. And she's also pretty naturally warm and open and understands how actors work, understands what actors require. And because she's so respected, everyone she asked for agreed to do it. And you sit with a group of people like that, with Kate kind of in charge of it, in the most quiet and sharing way, staring at these people's eyes who all devote themselves to getting it right for the right reasons. It's none of this, contrary to popular belief. Actors are invariably not dancing around and displaying their egos. They use it to make sure they're getting the characters right. And this was a group of very classy people under the direction of a very classy person, and it was a joy to be a part of. Honestly, one of the best, most enjoyable professional experiences of my life.
And I was hearing that she did some things at times where she would get the crew out of the room and just leave the cameras running so that you could get on and act without.
She wanted to create an environment where everybody felt that they could be real, natural, particularly the kids, because the kids were around a lot, and she got them to call them all by our own names. I've got a band I found in my bag by one of the kid actors who gave me a thing with Grandad written on it. So there was this wonderful feeling of family, and naturally, when the kids came on the set, there was a natural feeling of play. This also happened with the actors. We came on pleased to be there, not feeling that we were in a kind of technical exercise. The crew were brilliant, and they were in on this as well. They weren't banished. They were all handpicked by Kate, and some of them were first-time people she'd chosen. And they were all in on this thing of just telling this story in the best possible way where we could all share it and tell it without too many distractions. Obviously films are massive distractions all from morning to night because it's an artifice, but when you've got a director and a group of actors who are all pulling on the same rope to tell this story, which is a mixture of tragedy and comedy in its most pure and most honest form, you need a good environment, you need the right, and she created it and understood that.
And in the days where so many people are talking about AI, how comforting and encouraging is it to have so many talented people come together to put such a great story on the screen?
It was a delight, it really was. As I said, I've been watching all of these actors that I work with for a long time and admiring them. And one of the great things is, sometimes you think never meet your heroes or never meet, because you can get disappointed. But I had a feeling I wouldn't, because I knew they were all brilliant. They were all my type of actor that I love to watch. And I know because they're honest and truthful. And they always bring originality and versatile. They're all versatile, which means they're ultimately leading actors and character actors, which means they think a lot. They use their imaginations to go inside other characters' souls, become that character. They use their own character to become that character. So that's what they do with their egos. They don't wave their egos about. They corral them into the work, and that's what everybody did,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on this. It looks like you loved it, and pleasure to see you again.
I hope people will watch it, because we make it for people to watch it, and hopefully that love I had and everybody had in this is reflected by the audience enjoying it too, because we make it for them.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!